When I see those two, I see two humans that made mistakes. We all make mistakes. As many of you know, I was in a violent auto accident where my thumb was severed. This was a very public, embarrassing situation my senior year of high school. I made a horrible decision to get in a car with someone that had been drinking because I myself was under the influence. Proud story of success. This article came out when I returned to play basketball, but I didn't feel very successful. Lost my place. Oh. I still felt guilty and shameful for what I had done. I didn't realize my mother had an opportunity to speak to the reporter as well. At the end of the article, this is what my mom said. I know he's my son, but he's an amazing person. That support and forgiveness took me to my knees. Was I this amazing person? No. My mother knew I had learned my lesson and she freed me with her forgiveness. At 17, I learned a valuable lesson about forgiving oneself. I hope you do the same as you make mistakes throughout your life. Learn and move on. You may not have the support group that I did in your current life. I can tell you that you're always going to be your own problem. But what's exciting about that is you're also your own solution. Remember, your parents just want to protect your freedom at all costs. In my opinion, my father, Jack, is an amazing person. My father lost his dad and his brother in an automotive accident when he was only 4 years old. Both gone in an instant. A difficult childhood, but still a pretty good one. Extended family in the church helped out my dad's family a tremendous amount. 2 stories of freedom and 4 kids. One, my dad decided to volunteer for the draft shortly after the Korean War had ended. There was still a draft after the Korean War, so he's like, Dave, no one was going to dictate his life. And so he went on his own terms. Luckily, he never had to serve in Korea, but the Army ended up helping him pay his way through college, which led to some freedoms. My dad retired on July 4th, 1998, which was twofold. That was his official date. He told me the freedom his career gave him, and now the freedom of time that retirement will provide. Along the way, Jack was a busy man. He had 4 children. Those 4 children had received 4 bachelor's degrees, 2 bachelor's degrees, and had 9 children. I think we got the message. The value of education was our ticket to freedom. That message was driven home by our parents, and we will continue to drive the message to our children. Amazing for a child who was dealt an awful hand early in life and chose to rise above. This young man decided an awesome path of freedom. We all make mistakes. It's how we respond that makes us who we are. Those that dig their heels deep into their beliefs and values are less likely to fall off the path. So many of you have done that the last 4 years. I'd like to highlight one in particular, and there's a reason for it. Marcus, guess what, dude? You talk about me in your state championship speech, you get your own slide. That's how I roll. Where you at, buddy? Awesome. All right. Marcus, I think of courage, toughness, unique, confident, funny, ridiculously good looking, and a great outlook on life. This is how I would describe you today. Your work ethic, cross country, and track is going to put you in places that you may never have dreamed when you were a sophomore. You will forever be connected to Palatine High School as a champion. You will always have an incredible bond with your teammates. I'm extremely proud of you. We will definitely be saying we knew you when. Here's to you in your team's first and school's first ever cross country state championship. What an awesome picture. Where you at? All right. 2 more freedom burritos. How about one for Mr. Schutz? Oh my gosh, it went everywhere. Oh, it's under the table. You're very petite. I think that's going to work for you. You're welcome. A little bit more community time. Should we get Oh, what's this place called? What's it called? What? Naps? Nopes? Napsies? They should have seen the look on that place. Especially a couple of those kids that were under the influence of the herb when I went in there. That was weird. Little hang wang. Oh, look where we're at. 20 years ago, I had my prom here. That's you tomorrow. I'd like to share a little of my life with you. My wife and I started our plan 15 years ago, and we married for 10 years on June 15th. She's out there to deal with all the nonsense of putting this thing together. One tradition we had ever since we met was Saturday night was our night. We still have our night almost every night. I think the core to our children's happiness is our happiness as a couple. Our night helps us stay connected and focused on our plan for freedom. We've had many, many goals over the years, shared with many different emotions. We've been tired. We've had fun. We've felt rewarded. We've been saddened. All the emotions of life that you've went through the last 4 years. Amy and I really wanted to have a family. Jack 8, Parker will be 6 on June 14th, and then Zoe 15 months. These 3 have changed our lives so much, it's really difficult to put into words, other than the fact it's an extremely intense love. And I know that's how your parents feel about you. Having children has helped me as a teacher. It helped me understand that parents want the best for their children and want them to be safe. And that's why I had 2 boys first. Protect the house, boys. My son Jack plays basketball, baseball, and football. Why do I share this with you? Because I want him to be right where you are in 10 years. He will understand time management, teamwork, loyalty, hard work, and most importantly, I hope he has lifelong friends from Palatine High School, the activities and sports that he's in. And then he'll be ready to start his individual journey for his freedom on his own, just like you are. All these components of life got you here today, so tomorrow will be one of your family's brightest days. You are their greatest accomplishment, and tomorrow is a day that will make them feel extremely proud. I encourage you to embrace the moment. It's truly precious. I remember this day vividly. Along with support from Amy, my family, and my own will, these 3 books changed me forever. 3 books, 3 stories. Real estate, my business, and my health are extremely important to me. So how did I attain my small slice of freedom? Ultimately, it was a lot of hard work. Working intelligently, following direction from these books gave me freedoms I didn't think I was capable of attaining. Did I struggle? Absolutely. Were there times I wanted to give up? Yes. Rich Dad, Poor Dad gave me direction when I needed it the most. In the fall of 1997, my parents had the courage to ask me to move out of their house. Of all the guidance my parents offered, this was their best effort. Although at the time, it sure didn't seem like good parenting guidance to me. That led me to reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad at my new apartment. It put a very lofty goal in my head. I wanted to buy a new house in the town that I taught in by the time I was 30. This book fueled a cycle of buying and selling homes. A supportive girlfriend with the same thought process, who turned out to be my wife, was the perfect storm. I truly feel had I not read this book, met Amy, and my parents not sent me packing, I might still be in my parents' basement today. These are some of the homes we purchased and sold. Each of these properties giving us more confidence and financial security towards our ultimate goal. I'm so proud to live in the community where I teach. I feel an extreme connection with you and many of the families and many of your families. Our final house where we'll be close to work and our children's schools and extreme freedom. This book gave me great insight on the very hot real estate market and plan for long-term financial growth. The Winter Within was a book I read almost 10 years ago. I always, if you can't see, that's Pat Riley, he's the owner of The Heat. I always wanted to start a business, talked about the parallels of coaching and business leadership. Virtually, they were the same thing. I loved the Lakers and Celtics rivalry growing up. I always thought Pat Riley was an interesting coach. This book was critical in the startup of my small business. Team MSL was also spawned from adversity and disappointment. My company services aspiring basketball players to enhance their individual skills. My partner and I started this basketball fundamental league 3 years ago with 26 clients. We now service over 500 male athletes year-round. Daughters of Palatine, we hope to be up to 1,000 by the end of next year, expanding our services to females. Great idea, great partner, hard work, support from Amy have been critical to the company's success. This company will lighten the load on many expenses for our family through the coming years. The freedom of knowing I will provide this is extremely rewarding. When I think of this business, I think of the class of 2012. What great ideas are in this room today? What freedoms will be created through your ideas and your determination? Go get your slice of freedom. My final book, Losing Pounds and Inches, is extremely personal and long story, so I'm going to give you the short version. In the last 12 weeks, I've lost 45 pounds. And with my lifestyle, thank you. And with my lifestyle changes, I should keep the weight off forever. The HCG book gave me direction to get there. Who is that? I'm not sure. Hello. Hi. Why do I share these stories with you? I was you 20 years ago, a graduate of the class of 1992 from Palatine High School. One thing I learned over the years, there's no substitute for hard work and will. Read, listen, communicate, go to class, get your education, reflect, and most importantly, enjoy your journey. First Communion. My son Jack may have started to learn this during his First Communion. We were talking out of the church after he received his First Communion on a beautiful Saturday morning. He said, "I can't believe how easy the communion ceremony was. What an absolute teachable moment." We talked about how the hard part was studying all his songs, prayers, getting up early to go to Mass, and then Sunday school afterwards. That was the work, the payoff was your communion. You can substitute your graduation, college, sports, etc. for Jack's communion. When you accomplish a goal, a lot of times we forget the journey it took to get there. Don't ever sell yourself short for your hard work. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. If you put the time, preparation, and work, the last 4 years at Palatine High School, you should be extremely confident you can do whatever you want. Surround yourself with people that believe in you. There is always going to be people out there that will be negative and try to pull you down. Cut those people out of your inner circle. A new home, employee at District 211, starting a business during a recession, losing 45 pounds was great fodder for some, but I stayed close to my inner circle, and all of those things happened. Accumulation of confidence, work ethic, and will was accrued through the last 20 years. You can do anything you put to your mind to. I am living proof of that. Again, I was sitting right where you are 20 years ago. Some people want to say goodbye to you as well. I got a little deep. Let's take it down a bit. What's up? You got an ID? Where's your guy's IDs, by the way? He's outside waiting for you. A little chaotic in that ad building. Check out Mr. McFall in the next picture. Can you see that kid? Are you serious? And there's one thing we know about Sloppy Joes. We know you like them extra sloppy. What makes Palatine High School special? You do. And this song makes it pretty awesome as well.